How is everybody doing today, my friends? Good to be back with you. I'm sorry I haven't been able to put one of the videos out in a little while. I've just been very busy, guys. Extremely busy, actually. But glad to be here with you. I've got a drawer I have to take care of that I've been meaning to get finished so I can start on some fronts. Actually, I've got three I've got to finish. But they're basically all the same, so I'm going to get all three done, but I'm going to video one of them and let y'all see. It's a simple little drawer to take care of. And I've got a turning project on the lathe sitting here in front of me, and one to go on the one on the back of me here. Hoping to put it on there in a few minutes. But wanted to say hello. Good to be back with you. And I hope you like this little drawer build. And if you like to keep the inside of your drawers neat and clean also and organized, I've got several videos on the channel on how to do them different ways and different types. So if you like, check them out. But more importantly, great to be with you guys. Let's get at getting these drawers done. My friends, of all the drawers I have in the shop, this is probably one of my most favorite and most time consuming ones I've ever done. A bit of a crazy overkill, but boy have I been happy with it. I mean, it took a little work, but there are rare earth magnets laid into every slot with felt on top of them. For every socket, every one, any one. They're all held in with magnets, except for the wrenches. They just comfortably sit in their slot. They're all sitting on, I believe it was a 30-degree angle. It worked good. It kept the tall pieces down below the height of the drawer instead of just being straight in. I really like that. And I've got to do another little drawer right now for some drill bits. And it don't need to be that fancy, but I got to build it, so I'm going to show it to you. There you go, guys. These are the drill bits I got, my friend. I've got a set of these going from 3/8 to I think 1 1/8 or 1 1/2, I forget. I got them at the SWAT Wood Turning show up in Waco, Texas a couple of weeks ago, and I want to lay them out in a drawer. So let's get at it. My friends, this is the blade I'm going to be using. It's a Freud box cutting jig blade. You put the blades together one way, that cuts a 1/4 inch slot. You put it together the other direction, it cuts 3/8 inch slot. And I'm going to be putting it on my saw stop here. On saw stop, this is your regular cartridge that you put in for your 10-inch blades. To cut with the 8-inch blades or a dado set, you have to change the cartridge to the one made for the dado blades. And as you can probably see, it's bigger. So let me get the butt changed out on the saw and we'll get at it here. Alrighty? Wanted to give you all a little more information about the saw stop. They give you 2 of these wrenches to use, and they're ideal. Some of the best wrenches that ever came with a table saw. And you can see they're thin. They need a be to get behind the blade there. But what can I say? I wanted something a little different. So I took an 1 1/4 box wrench, which is what that size is, and I ground it down. So I had a much more sturdier, more comfortable wrench to hold. And I did 2 of these, one for behind the blade and one for in front of the blade. But wasn't that hard to do. Put an 80 grit on one of the big sanders and just took it down to where I was happy with it. Works like a charm. Alright, my friends, I put a little 3/8 inch scrap into one of my slot that I cut. Screwed it on exactly 1 1/4 inch from my cut edge to my block. That's the spacing I want between them. And now the way you do a cut like this is put your first one on, butt it up against it, then drop on, drop on, drop on, drop on. Make equal spread, uniform cuts in the board. So that's what we're doing. Cut a little 3/8 notch there, guys. Alright, my friends, lesson learned again. 3/8 groove, 3/8 fits beautifully. That doesn't help me in the front. I told you I was the head of the Bonehead Club here. Nice. Second one ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to pass them on the table saw and notch each one a little bit again. Gotta pay more attention, Doug. There we go. Now we got it right. Don't be a bonehead like Doug, guys. Check both ends. I know better. Just make mistakes. We all do. Alright, my friends, I've got a good bit of sanding to do here. Gonna get that done. Cut them to length. Alright, our drawer measures 14 inches. Ain't that nice? Right there. There we go. Well, guys, I'm sitting here sanding my life away. Just being picky on all the little corners and edges. Want to get it looking nice and pretty for ya. Alright, my friends, we got them all sanded up. Ready for a little spray lacquer. Remember how useful I told you all these trash cans were? Gonna work great. Hey guys, I don't think I told you all what those scraps of wood I'm using to build those out of are these things. What they are is some poplar with some oak and mahogany on the edges, and they got old numbers on them. They were a very old set of raised panel door templates that I no longer needed. You don't need these anymore with the new jigs that have come out. So instead of trashing them, I've been saving the wood and using it on different things. So that's what all this is right here. Here we go, my friends. Now I'm going to sand them down with a little steel wool and give them one more light coat of lacquer. You might have noticed I put the first coat on pretty heavy. And with lacquer, you really shouldn't do that. You should put on nice thin coats. But trying to get into all these grooves with spray lacquer, this case I wanted to put a heavy coat on, let it soak in so I could get it all covered. Let it dry overnight real good and then sand it down and put the final light coat. So that's what we're going to do now. What I'm using, my friends, is 500 grit. Wet dry. Leaves a nice smooth glass finish on lacquer. Steel wool works, but with all these little grooves, I'd have a fit with steel wool. So we're going to use 500 grit. Alright, my friends, here we've got 3 more scraps of part of those old jig boards. And as you can see, they veneered them all with about an 1/8 inch oak. And then I'm not quite sure, I believe that's some soft maple in the middle there. But I'm going to show you another little piece we make for the inside of the drawers here. Alright, my friends, I've got 3 boards set up. One is my setup block, which is this one back here, and then 2 more in the front. And I've got all my holes evenly spaced at 1 inch spread. Got all that drew up. Got my center line marked there so I can set up the drill press so we can make holes. Alright, my friend's table saw is set on the 45 with a 1-inch cut. This, as you'll see, makes no difference what this angle is. It all depends on how deep you want your tools to sit in the drawer and what angle you'd like it set at. I want these set at 45, and I want an inch. Inch and an eighth, inch and 16th. It's one of them things that's not that irrelevant. Hey, I am so sorry, my friends. I forgot to film me cutting the boards on the 45-degree angle. But that's all it was. I cut them on a 45-degree back degree on one side and sprayed them up with lacquer the same as I did with the other ones. And I apologize. Bonehead is us. What can I say? I didn't film me doing that. My apologies, my friends. Alright, my friend, let's put our drawers together. We're not using any glue here. We made some really nice snug fits to hold them in temporarily. We're just going to tack them with a brad nailer. What I'm using is a 23 gauge 1-inch pin nailer. And that'll hold them in there temporarily like. Alright, my friends, and for my back pieces, y'all saw I cut these on a 45. Same thing, tack them in with the brad nailer. I marked the board already, guys, where I wanted the screws. Gotta hold the back of it. Make sure the pressure from the screws doesn't push those little nails loose. That ain't no thing. And there we go, my friends. One nice, neatly organized drawer right next to my lathe to keep my set of bits in. All my little miscellaneous tips for grinding on the lathe. Nice and right at my hands where I need them. Simple little drawer and very easy to do. On a lot of drawers I have put magnets down in the recesses here, because when some of the tools sat on an angle, it was to hold them in place. This drawer didn't need them. The drill bits will sit flat and stay in place. Very happy with it. Turned out awesome. Could have fit another rack back here if I wanted to, but these are the main bits I use. Don't really need any more than that. Could have probably put 2 more rows back here easily, but again, just didn't need it for this case. So, very simple, quick way to do a very nice drawer, my friends. Hey y'all, there you go. That's how you can do one simple little drawer. I've got a lot of drawers that I've done, and I think I've did a couple of videos on them if you'd like to see other ways to do them, and I think I've showed many that I've done in the past. So if you like to keep your drawers clean like I do, not going there. Okay, that's one way you can do it. I hope you all liked it and find it helpful a little bit there. I've got a turning sitting over there on the lathe that I've got to get back on and get finished, and another one that well, let me show you. Hold on a second. Yeah, I got it. There's 4 of these sitting over there, I believe. Gonna be a turning, a flat turning. We'll see. Hope it comes out what I think it does. But I'll show you, of course I will. And again, I apologize for y'all not seeing much of me. I've got a couple of shorts done too that I wanted to release, but I didn't want to get the video out first before I did. So, my friends, I got to get back in the shop and get working here. I've been missing for a while. Been kind of busy working on another situation, trying to help with a few things going on in our world. So, hope y'all are doing wonderful. All blessed, all good. Good to see you, my friends, and I'm going back to the wood lathe. You know, when you're sitting here editing videos and looking at yourself in the camera and stuff, and I look like I'm staring off to the side, but that's where the screen's at. I got to look center here in the camera lens. And it crossed my mind one time. I was doing a video with David Marks. We were, and I don't think it ever got published, but in fact, I'm pretty sure it didn't. But if you've ever heard of David Marks, he had a TV show called Woodworks with David Marks for 3, 4, 5 years on TV. And I've been up to see David a few times. And the one time I made a video about some of his videos, I think it was. And David mentioned to me, he said, "Man, you're a natural on the camera." And you know, it never really hit me until I started doing this more and more. I hope I come out natural. Oh God, where am I going? Good to be here with you, my friends. Have a great one now.